Hey, welcome to Sign New with JW. This is Sign New number 96. Are you disciplined? So this is kind of a twofold. One, I want to know, are you disciplined in your mind? And second, are you disciplined in your heart? And what I mean by that is when you want to accomplish something, do you have the proper discipline to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish? Do you make the decisions based off of what you want to accomplish and make that actual, conscious decision, hey, I am going to do this, or specifically, I am not going to do this. So I want to go ahead and lose weight. So I know and I make the mental decision, I am not going to eat this type of food. I am not going to do this. I'm not going to allow this to be part of, my lifestyle. And then at the same time, are you ensuring that you're disciplined enough to go to the gym, ensuring that you're disciplined enough to eat right, exercise, do the proper things that are necessary to lose that weight overall? And the reason that I ask the question is because a lot of individuals always talk about how they want to accomplish great things and they want to do all these things and they decide on this, but then they never really take the necessary action and they don't have the proper discipline after that action begins to continue with it. New Year's is a great one. Every single New Year's, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of New Year's resolutions. And how long does that usually last? Let's think about it. Maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe 6 months. And then all of a sudden something happens with that individual. They lose that motivation, they lose that drive, and the discipline just deteriorates altogether, and they are not able to accomplish what it is that they want to accomplish because they stopped doing what they were doing to make them successful. Whether it was that week, that month, that 6 months, something happened inside of there where that individual just stopped. And it really is the discipline. Mentally, you made a decision based off of whatever it may be to stop doing what you were doing to go ahead and be successful. And I think that sometimes in our heart we make decisions with passion. We make decisions off of emotion, and sometimes those things kind of hinder us from doing the things that we want to do. One thing I talk about, cutting off other individuals, that are not good for you. Well, people get sad. People, I don't want to lose this friend. I don't want to lose, this family member because I'm cutting them off. But what are they bringing into your life? They're not bringing anything good into your life. And sometimes you don't have the proper discipline to go ahead and be like, what? When we lay everything out, this individual brings more, heartache and headache to my life than any type of inspiration and any type of, care and actual love for me. So our emotions, sometimes we let our emotions control what our decisions are. And it's not just, the mindset that we're making that decision, with our brain. We're also making it sometimes with our heart. You have to have the proper discipline to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. And it's not, the thing with discipline also is, it is not specific to one thing. Meaning, in your job, you have to have certain disciplines within your job, within your profession, within your family life, within your marriage, within, your friendships with other individuals. And there has to be certain disciplines there, with any marriage. You have to be disciplined enough to know that not only mentally you're making a decision, but emotionally you're making a decision that individual that you're married to is the one and only. That is your soulmate. That is your partner. And you have the discipline to, for better or worse, love that individual. And if your heart is still saying that you love that individual, well, that's the only individual that you should love. You should have enough discipline in your body and your heart and your mind to go ahead and ensure that you make those decisions. A lot of people don't. A lot of people, I love this individual, but I don't have the proper disciplines, and then I kind of go ahead and I'm off to the side doing this, certain things that shouldn't be doing in a marriage, having another relationship type stuff. But those are the things that some individuals do. They don't have the proper disciplines in place. Can you teach discipline? Absolutely. You can teach discipline. You can teach yourself certain disciplines. And then once you teach yourself those disciplines, you can ensure that you keep those and fix whatever the situation was, fix whatever issues were there previously, both mentally and emotionally, to ensure that you're doing what it is that is necessary. I've had to ensure that I cut certain people out of my life. And although sometimes those people want back in my life, I have to have that discipline. I have to have that, and I can't make that decision with my emotions. And I have to remember all the other things that went into it, and remember that, and have the discipline to be like, you know what? At the end of the day, you're not worth it. You're not worth the time. You're not worth the effort. You're not worth the headache and the heartache that sometimes goes into it. So, understanding that and realizing that at the end of the day, you can control what disciplines you have in place to ensure that you make the proper decisions, both mentally and emotionally, to move towards some type of success, move towards your goals, your ambitions, and ensuring that you're doing. If you want to be, the best runner in the world, well, there's a certain amount of discipline that has to go into waking up, in the morning to run if you're going to go ahead and run every morning, or ensuring that at the end of the day, no matter what, you might be exhausted, but you said that you were going to run, and now you're going to go ahead and do it. And if you say you're going to run 4 miles, and as long as you don't break something or you're not able to complete that, you have the discipline inside of your body to do that. And when you set out these goals, you have the proper discipline to accomplish them in the ways that you said that you were going to accomplish them. But at the end of the day, you control that. You control the discipline, and you need to make sure that mentally and emotionally you're making the right decisions, but based off of your own disciplines that you have in your body. And if you don't have any discipline, there's a lot of individuals that have zero discipline, complete garbage in all of the aspects of their life that they want to, and they wonder why. Well, your discipline sucks. And at the end of the day, like my video last night, you're being a loser because you're not trying anything more. You're not trying to make yourself better. You're not trying to adjust. You're not trying to see that there's a problem and do anything about it. You're just the one that complains about the problem. Like, there was an individual today just wanted to, complain about the problem, complain about the problem, complain about the problem. But they didn't want to realize they're the problem. And they didn't want to go ahead and take that into, account and realize that the reason that they're the problem is because they got no discipline at all. Zero. So you have to see that. You have to know that. You have to understand that. Fix it. It's your discipline. It's your decisions that you're going to make, either to be greatness or to be garbage at the end of the day. But that's on you. That's your discipline that is going to get you there, or the lack of discipline that's not going to allow you to get there. So until my next video, I appreciate you watching. Decide and do number 96. Are you disciplined? Like it, share it, and as always, feedback as well.